There is a way you can make money from supporting your favorite football club. Fan Token. Fan Token is the game changer.
Fan Token. How do I go about that, coach?
First, you need a phone.
Of course I have a phone.
A fan token is a cryptocurrency launched by a sports team, which can be used to influence club decisions, win VIP rewards and experiences, trade fan tokens, get exclusive promotions, chat with fans worldwide, engage in games, quizzes, and more.
Socios.com, a trusted app for crypto and sports fans where you get to purchase fan tokens. Socios.com uses Chile's token as its native digital token. So crypto meets sport.
So what club do you support?
So how do I get my fan token?
You can sign up on Socios.com, top up your wallet with Chile's token, then you can exchange it with your favorite fan token. You can even influence your team's jersey, the training ground, or choosing the next fan event.
Whoa!
Easy peasy, right? The more you're active on the app, the higher your chances of winning amazing prizes. Socios.com has everything you need to get you closer to the team you love. Have your voice heard and earn yourself the status of a super fan.
Socios.com, more than a fan. Anathon, redefining learning.
We all have a great story to tell. One that starts with a humble beginning, where we work hard, dream big, and learn to believe in ourselves. Where we rise to every challenge. That's how we can change the game. And together, we can exchange the world. This is where our story begins. Join me on Binance. To the moon.
Play the TAFABOT FIFA World Cup 2022. Predict and win up to $50,000. Select 5 countries to win the FIFA World Cup 2022 and stand a chance to win $50,000. How to win? Sign up 3 new users to qualify. Earn big, play now.
Supporting your country in the World Cup is super fun. So, how about you support them and earn money in the process? Join me every World Cup match day on Sports Fusion, where we talk about everything World Cup and give out cryptocurrency goodies.
Sports Fusion, where crypto meets sports.
Hello and welcome to Sports Fusion, where crypto meets sports, brought to you by Crypto TV Plus. Make sure you follow us across all social media channels at Crypto TV Plus and subscribe to our social media channels and subscribe to our YouTube and make sure to turn on the notification button. Like this video, drop a comment, let me know how you feel about the World Cup, if your players are turning up, if your GOAT is goating or is he on goating, which is it for you? Good morning, and this is match day 9. Today is the last game of the round 2 matches in the group stages. And my name is Odessa Jennifer, and here with me in the studio today is Faith Ikuhare, host of Inside Blockchain and Let's Talk NFT.
OG.
What's the speed bump for?
I don't know. I should know that I had to do it. It feels amazing to be here again.
All right, welcome, Faith. And I have with me my guy, Michael Adebili. Welcome back, Michael.
Good morning, Jennifer.
What have you been up to yesterday? What were you doing yesterday?
I was streaming and then I was seeing games in the comfort of my parlor.
Yeah.
I didn't have to like start jumping boss, but it's nice to like be here again. I can't wait. Second round of match is almost done. We're getting to the thick of things,
And the excitement is
yeah,
getting more
the
intense.
deciders are starting to come. You know, starting from tomorrow, we'll be in the last phase of group matches, and
Yeah.
then we can now know who's qualifying to the next round and
And who's
who is heading back home.
Okay. So on this show, we've shared with you over $1 million giveaway, showing you different opportunities by which you can earn big during this World Cup. You stand a chance to win up to $777. That's $777 if you take a picture of you watching the Ronaldo Binance ad on TV. Tag at Crypto TV Plus and at CZ_Binance and at Binance NFT with hashtag Binance on TV and hashtag CR7 to qualify. The game between Spain and Germany yesterday ended in a 1-1 draw, which was somehow unexpected as a lot of people might have predicted. Spain started brightly and almost had an early lead when Dani Olmo's strike was palmed against the crossbar by the agile Manuel Neuer. La Roja were dominating possession and marauding fullback Jordi Alba cut in from the left before flashing a shot wide of the near post. Well-drilled Germany worked tirelessly without the ball, and Antonio Rudiger thought he had opened the scoring late in the first half. The centre-back met Joshua Kimmich's whipped free kick from the right with a bullet header that found the net. But a VAR check showed he had strayed offside. Spain's coach Luis Enrique replaced Ferran Torres with Morata early in the second half before Unai Simon kept out a measured attempt from Kimmich. Germany were crying out for a recognized striker, having started with Thomas Muller in a more advanced role than usual as Kai Havertz dropped to the bench. It was Spain's replacement, marksman Morata, who broke the deadlock 62 minutes in, clinically beating Neuer with the outside of his right foot from 6 yards when Alba picked him out. Germany responded well to going behind, Jamal Musiala having a good chance to equalize when Simon stood up well and stuck out a right arm to deny the teenager. Fulkrug grabs his chance to get Germany up and running in the World Cup late on, though firing in with his right foot after busting into the box and taking the ball off the lively Musiala's toe. So what does it mean? Win or bust for Germany? Germany are top of the group, but all is not lost as they are 2 points behind place Japan and also Costa Rica, who beat the Samurai Blue 1-0 earlier on Sunday. Flick's men beat Costa Rica on Thursday to keep themselves in the hunt to avoid a second consecutive World Cup exit at the group stage. They also need Spain to see off Japan, or a draw between those two sides would suffice as long as Germany can win by at least 2 goals. So, Michael, what do you think about the match yesterday? Let me know how, before we come to you, Michael, let me know how you feel about the match wherever you are watching us from. Take your grievance and expectations to the comment section. Let me know and let me know. So, Michael, what do you think about
I think
yesterday's game?
it gives Germany a fighting chance. You know, they live to fight another day. It would have been woeful for them if they had lost that game yesterday, and then that would have meant that they are exiting in the first round for the second World Cup consecutively, which is something that has not happened. You know, Germany in the history of the World Cup have never lost 2 games consecutively. Even last World Cup where they bowed out in the group stages, they didn't lose 2 matches consecutively. And then what I expected was what came to pass. You know, I also said yesterday on the show that it was going to end in a draw. because I know that irrespective of the fact that Germany lost to Japan, when they see a bigger side like Spain, they have to step up to the plate. You understand? So these are world-class players.
Like we're saying yesterday in the studio, we're saying that it's a Bundesliga
versus La Liga. Yeah, so these
and then nobody's giving up.
Yeah, so these are players that you face week in, week out, world-class players.
Yes.
So Japan might have been unexpected, but this one you needed to step up if you wanted to. And then it's nice to see Füllkrug getting his chance.
And Musiala was amazing.
Yeah,
amazing.
The fact that it's even yet to be 20 is mind-blowing, and then it's such an instrumental figure for both his club side as well as for Germany as well. So stepping into that role that was filled up before, so now he's getting his chances, and then he's really doing big things here. It's nice to see that game was a mix of both experience and young players. Spain had the likes of Barcelona players, Pedri. I think they started with 5 Barcelona players yesterday. The likes of Busquets, Alba, Ferran Torres, and all of the likes. Also, nice to see Dani Olmo, he's doing so well for himself as well in RB Leipzig, and now to see him on that stage and doing big things for them is nice for them. For Germany as well, Jamal Musiala, Serge Gnabry, and all of those boys are doing so well.
Was the most exceptional player in the game yesterday.
He's an amazing
player like
talent.
him. He was just everywhere. Making runs, taking clean passes.
He's like the chief of staff of creating for Germany at this point. He's the one that is solely responsible for getting the ball from the defense and then transitioning into attack. So really nice for him.
People like Thomas Muller and Kai Havertz. He just stood out.
He's that star boy for them, and also it's no surprise that he also got to the final. He was very close to winning the Golden Boy of the Year challenge, event that was won by one of his opponents yesterday, talking about Gavi. Gavi won the Golden Boy, and then for Gavi, Pedri, and also Jamal Musiala getting to the final. It's not, they are doing so well.
I think this is their generation.
Definitely,
the generation of footballers will be seeing
hopefully they
Gavi, Pedri, and now Musiala.
Hopefully they can pick up maximum points against Costa Rica later this week for them to stand a chance to qualify.
But it's a tough one between Spain, Germany, and
Costa Rica, as well as Japan.
It's a very tough group.
I think the last round of games will be very tough also. Luckily for us, all games will be taking place at the same time. So while you're doing your own job, you also have to hope for the best in the other game, because Spain will be taking on Japan. You want Spain to do you a favor. Spain are on 4 points. Japan are also on 3 points. Costa Rica is also on 3 points, while Germany are currently on 1 point. If they want to stand a chance, at least do your job first. Their job is to defeat Costa Rica, and also hope that Spain does them a favor by winning against Japan.
All right. So before we continue, if you're watching us, wherever you're watching us from, let me know how yesterday's game played out for you. Did your sleep cut, or was it the results you were expecting? So let me know in the comment section how you felt about yesterday's game. So according to Nomics, the Spain's fan token has dumped under 24 hours by a minus $55 in 1 week by minus 69%. So Fit, what does this represent?
Well, the fan tokens are based on the fans and the clubs. So certainly, once the club is not doing as much as it's supposed to be, there will be a drop in the fan token. Now, let's hope that it begins to rise. And it's unfortunate that it dropped that far. Minus $55 is really a lot. And I think that, as a result of the match here, is really affecting, the fan token market. So, yes. So we just hope that they do better and, get to move on to the
so do you think it was as a result? You just said as a result of but is it a general crypto market dump, or because presently Bitcoin still maintains $16,000 210? So do you think this also a factor
before the World Cup already started, we were already having a certain level of fluctuation and volatility in the market already, and then we had the FTX entire thing happen. So Bitcoin itself has not really been stable. Now, joining with the fact that, adding up with the fact that now the World Cup is here and a lot of people are riding on the World Cup based on their fan token, is expected that, yes, most of the fan tokens are going to drop based on the performance of the club. So let's hope that, once we get to move, but in all, we get to see that there's a certain level of entry and exit into the crypto market, and that's what makes sense. So we just hope that it turns out to be positive.
I think this is the sad part about being a football fan. It's that a win or lose. So if your club, if your team is doing really well, the fan token
I
does
guess
really
that
well.
is why I've really not wanted to be in the football space, because I'm quite emotional. So once I want
it's a lot of emotion.
It's a lot of
It's
emotion.
a lot of emotion. There was a day Man United lost a game, and I was struggling to sleep.
Yeah,
has it been like that for you?
Definitely, I think for Arsenal fans, there's one night that comes to mind. There's one night that comes to mind. That was the Champions League final of 2006. I was quite young then. I think I was in JSS1, and then Arsenal took the lead in the first half against Barcelona. We took the first lead, and then in the first half I was calling my guys in school that, yo guys, we're winning the Champions League finally. And then the second half came, we got a red card, and then Barcelona turned the game around, and that night was
I didn't used to watch so much
painful.
football, but I used to remember my dad watching football, and then I remember one match. I can remember that match vividly. They beat Nigeria like 6-1 or so.
Football is a lot of emotions.
We were waiting for my dad to finish up with his, the entire ball, and then change it up to Cartoon Network, and immediately it was done. Get inside your room. I was so dead. He was so angry. He refused to do anything. He was just so pissed.
That's what football does. The thing about your countryside losing is that it affects everybody. But for your club side,
you can be marginalized. Just
your friends
in the family.
Will call you. Everybody is trolling you.
On one of our streets, Jennifer, they had to start calling me, oh, Arsenal, sorry about the loss. And that was like the closest that we came to winning a European championship. If I won the championship, all of these arguments now.
And then you have your girlfriend and your best friend.
Like even when last year, at the end of last season, where Man United played the final for the Europa League against Villarreal, and it got to shootout.
It's really painful.
And it was just one. I could not sleep. That's what.
If I was owning a Nigeria fan token at that time, possibly let's say Gigi Okocha, and then they beat us like that. Because I remember what's this guy's name? Mikel Obi was actually playing trash that day. So imagine I had a fan token of Mikel Obi. The next thing I would do is sell it and I would just get. So I can really relate to people. The drop in the fan token.
Okay, so you guys let me know in the comment section. How does football affect you? How has football ever affected you? What is your worst heartbreak in your entire history of watching football? I'm interested. I want to know, guys. So let me know in the comment section. And also, which fan token you're holding? Is it your country, your club? And how is your crypto portfolio this time around? So let me know. So moving on, let's do a recap of all our giveaways so our viewers will stand a chance to win awesome prizes, Faith.
Amazing. So in one of the upcoming games today, South Korea versus Ghana, you have to go to our Twitter and Instagram page to drop your prediction. Yeah, the giveaway is brought to you by Roku. You stand a chance to win big. Also, we've shared Binance Football Fever where people can earn up to $1 million. Please, if you don't need it, help me. So you write my name, that Faith is the person that needs it. In general, there's $1,000 daily, and NFTs as their predicted, countries win their matches. You can participate in this amazing opportunity by clicking on the link in the description box below. You can also claim now. Emphasis on clicking on the description link below. You can also claim your first NFTs when you click on the link. Now, Anthony, Michael, what do you think? We've also shared KUCOIN.
KUCOIN crypto. We've shared a World Cup prediction tournament to celebrate the 2022 FIFA World Cup. So I think I've asked you about this KUCOIN thing. Do you think any of your friends you've thought about it, or viewers?
I think it's up to them. I've continued put it in their ears about how much they can gain from this World Cup, because everybody's invested in this World Cup. This is the World Cup of surprises, and then this is been the most controversial one.
Very controversial. Yesterday, I was telling a friend of mine that I have left all predictions in this World Cup
just
in the hands of God.
Leave it for who owns it.
I've left it to the hands of God. There's so many disappointments.
I think alongside the 2010 one in South Africa, this will also be one of the most memorable World Cup for both positive and negative reasons. Positive in the fact that we're finally seeing some surprises, some people are coming to this fold and all of that, all of the stepping up. I think negative in the fact that the amount of injuries we've had leading up to this tournament, the controversies surrounding Qatar as host of the 2022 World Cup, all of this drama and everything. I think this will all contribute to making it more memorable for us. So it's up to them. I've played my part. I've shared the gospel. And
another thing that I really love is the fact that the World Cup is a place to actually see new talents, right?
Yeah.
So the next thing you see is another person that has been playing very well. Just move on from this World Cup, and then Ronaldo and Messi and the rest of the good.
They're already going.
So going back to KUCOIN, we have $30,000 dollars ground prize and exclusive Neymar collectibles, are included in the World Cup winner prediction competition. Now, stop shouting and talking on Twitter. Do something with the knowledge you have. The tournament is on up till the end of the World Cup event, and you stand a chance to win up to $777 if you're taking a picture of you watching the Ronaldo Binance ads on TV. All you have to do is tag at Crypto TV Plus, at CZ_Binance, and at Binance NFT with the hashtag Binance on TV and hashtag CR7 to qualify.
Okay. So moving on today on March day 9, the last fixtures for the round 2 group stages are Cameroon vs Serbia, South Korea vs Ghana, Brazil vs Switzerland, and we get to see Portugal vs Uruguay, both beaten in their opening game of the Qatar 2022 World Cup. Cameroon and Group G rival Serbia convened for a crucial clash at Al Janoub Stadium today. While the indomitable Lions were tamed by Switzerland on Thursday afternoon, their European counterparts suffered at the hands of pundits' favourites Brazil, losing 2-0 to the Seleção despite keeping them at bay for an hour. But now face an almost win or bust scenario in Al Wakra, although they managed to hold higher-ranked opponents for the first half of their Group G opener. A 48-minute goal from Yaoundé Bon Bril Embolo, proved the difference in Cameroon's defeat to Switzerland. Now, let me pause right there. Bril Embolo, I don't think we've talked about the fact that he scored against his home side, which is Cameroon, and we saw videos online. We're not sure, they're not certain, but they're like speculations that Cameroonian stomped his father's yard.
Yes, I saw the video too, and I was caught in between because I didn't know what to feel. I felt a little bit indifferent about it, and a little bit because it feels very painful. Just imagine having JJ Okocha as a Nigerian go out, and
but that does not mean you stomp his kids.
Well, you don't win Nigerian.
I think we just tend to take things to the extreme. It's such a condemnable act because this man Mbulu was born to a Cameroonian father and Cameroonian mother. He was born in Cameroon. Left when he was 6. And then his mom married a Swiss father, and then I think he showed the basic respect because he didn't even celebrate. He didn't even get to celebrate.
He went,
that's like in football.
Look at the video. The video is up.
When you score, that is like a sign of respect if you are playing against like a former club or probably somewhere that you hold close to your heart. And because the father still stays in Cameroon, I see no reason why they should. I see no reason why they should go out there and they destroy his property. So you can see the video.
To me, it's a state of dilemma for the Cameroonians because you're supposed to be proud that
even if they are not proud, I don't think that violence is the answer. We've also seen scenarios like that. I know we've seen players play for Nigeria. We had the likes of Sani Keita in 2010. He got a red card in one of the very big games for us at the World Cup in 2010. And then Nigerians were threatening his life. I think they also went to his house. And if you guys also remember, even if you were not watching football, there was a very controversial and very important miss by Yakuba Egbeni back then in 2010. And then he had to go from South Africa back to his club side. He had to go back to his club side because he was getting death threats. He couldn't even step his foot into Nigeria. Same as Keita.
Naturally, Africans are naturally violent, and they take it out. The only way they can take out their anger is by this, and you can see it on and off the field. Because even on the field, you get a lot of,
Let's not forget.
I think the mom also came out to say
Nigeria vs Ghana, where they played at the Abuja Stadium, and then they ruined everything. And everything was scattered. Why do we have to be like that?
I think there needs to be a change.
I think the mom also came out to say that.
I think this is the
Yakuba Egbeni.
We cannot forget Yakubu.
This was supposed to make us qualify.
We cannot forget this miss. Till my children come, to my great grandkids, I will always tell them about this miss because it's so hurtful.
And then just like over the years in street football, if you say Escobar, it means like you made an own goal because of a Colombia goalkeeper that happened back then in the 1980s. So if they say you did an Escobar, it means you scored your own goal. So from that time, from 2010 to now, if you're playing street football, if you miss a very important goal like this, a sitter, like a very, very simple pass, and they say you just did a Yakuba.
Yes.
Oh, Yakubu, you just did a Yakubu. So I think it's not something that we're going to ever forget. I think Mbolo's mom also came out to say that, the corruption in Africa didn't make a child play for Cameroon, because you have to pay a certain money. We've seen that all over. There are so many Africans.
There's so many.
Out
There's
there
a lot of corruption when it comes to
made the same
African
complaints.
football.
I would like the likes of Alaba, the likes of so many players that should have played for their countries here. You demand money from them. I'm a part of the football system here in Nigeria, so I even know how it works. So I really would not even blame Mbolo. I know lots and thousands of players.
And it's painful that it resonates beyond just football.
Yeah,
we have it in different
the corruption is baffling.
It's too much.
Okay, let's read Brill Mbolo's mother's comment. She says, "Brill, leave my son alone. The Swiss trained him, and he did the job. And Cameroon, instead of training your players, there is only skullduggery at home. To get into the national team, you have to give this amount, and you have to be in Utopia. That is so unfair.
Utopia
That's corruption.
Utopia is a management complaint. It's a brand complaint. So according to what she's saying, according to what she said in context, it means you have to belong to that management company before, and the management will be in charge of all of your activities. She also said,
and you have to pay a certain
and according
amount.
to her, Utopia is the management company that manages Samuel Eto'o in his own time. So these are very, very strong allegations, because Samuel Eto'o now is the one in charge of the FA, is the president of the FA. So if you are saying you have to be in Utopia, means Samuel Eto'o's management company, you have to be under them to be able to play for the camp.
I'm not even saying that he did it or he didn't do it, but we are seeing a lot of people that look as if they didn't do it. Do it. Because this is Nigeria, this is Africa, and we see a lot of things happen. They just have to be a change.
But if I'm Brill Mbolo and I get to face Cameroon again and I score against them, I'll definitely celebrate, because you're being rude and inconsiderate to your countryside man.
His father stays in Cameroon, and I think he wouldn't want to do that.
Okay, so moving on. As a result, the West African nation are still seeking their first victory at the World Cup since 2002, when current Cameroonian Football Federation President Samuel Eto'o was the last player to net a winner for his country on the global stage. After their first day setback, they have also lost 8 World Cup matches in a row. So we'll now be eager to avoid equaling Mexico's unwanted record of 9 in that regard. Though the indomitable Lions finished third at this year's African Cup of Nations, they have struggled for form ever since, winning just one of their last 6 outings. And that solitary success came against Burundi's Rigobert Song's side, who qualified for Qatar in a dramatic style by piping Algeria to the post. Arrived in the Middle East as the 4th lowest ranked team to feature at this year's final. So are realistic about their prospects. Dreams of extending their adventure into the knockout stages remain alive, though, and the 5-time African champions must at least avoid another loss today. Such a result, combined with a draw between Brazil and Switzerland, will bring an early end to their campaign, leaving little to play in a final group game against the much fancied Brazilians. So what do you think, Michael?
I think it's quite important for them to pick up something from this game. They'll be facing Serbia. They'll be facing Serbia, and then I still feel disappointed that they lost that game against Switzerland. It wasn't a game that they should have lost because they held their own, and then that would have put them in pole position to at least get something. But now it's looking really tough for them. I saw Samuel Eto'o in the stands, cheering them on, and they was looking visibly upset because they failed to take their chances. Choupo-Moting, who currently plays for Bayern Munich, is the star man of that squad, and also Vincent Abubakar, who finished as the top scorer in the last AFCON. So they should have scored. They have such a very fine firepower in their front.
So do you think they can score against Serbia?
I think Serbia as well, just like what we saw earlier. Serbia held their own against Brazil. For at least 60 minutes they were at 0-0 before the individual brilliance of the Brazilians came to play, and they eventually got the win against them. So for Serbia, I think this is a balanced game, just like what we saw with Morocco picking up a win yesterday. they could also do it. You understand?
Yes, I was so
they
proud
have
of
to,
Morocco
yeah,
yesterday.
definitely. You know, they picked up a win, and then it's
Yes,
quite important.
a much needed
win. And then I know they even drew their own first game. Now
They're on 4 points.
let's not even mention Cameroon that lost their own first game to Switzerland,
Yes.
and then also to note that the fact that your last game is going to be against Brazil, which realistically should be a gone one. So if they want to stand any chance,
I mean, there are so many upsets in the World Cup.
But to be able to be in that position to benefit from the upset, you have to play your own part as well.
So we have a post from social media.
Has to be winning against
social media. Andre Onana removed from Cameroon squad against Serbia for questioning Samuel Eto'o's involvement with the team. Oh,
here we go again.
That is big.
Here we go again. African controversies.
And drama.
This is really what pisses me off, because every time we get to go to a major tournament, it happens with Nigeria too. You get to see so many in-camp issues. What is happening? Like, we're at a major tournament.
You're supposed to be together. There's supposed to be some sort of togetherness.
We've seen so many instances. For example, Nigeria will go to a World Cup, and then you tell me if you don't give us our match bonus, we're not going to play. You understand? So we've seen situations like that where they will say, okay, we're not training this time. We still said at the Alcon, the Women's African Cup of Nations, they're supposed to prepare for a third place, and then they said if the NFL doesn't give them their allowances, they're not going to play. So for now, I think it's quite tough, because Samuel Eto'o,
when it comes to African football, the major issue they always face is finances.
It's fun.
We've seen.
I think it's not like that for Cameroon.
Even when FIFA had to set up like little stadiums in some African countries, most of those projects were left abandoned because the people in charge of these projects, these schools, this academy for young boys, eventually squandered the money and left the project
because we all know that there's corruption.
So everywhere. Look at a club like a team like Saudi Arabia, and you're offering them a Rolls Royce, and you expect them not to do better. I mean, it's crazy.
I think money should not be the inspiration.
Hold on, Michael. We have a post from Fabrizio Romano. He says Andre Onana has been removed from Cameroon squad, being told that the reason is a discussion with head coach, as he insisted for different style of goalkeeping, more traditional. Onana has no intention to change his style. Tense situation, and so he's been excluded. So he's asked to change his style of play, his style of
Africans should rest.
I mean, you don't tell a player how to kick a ball. If a player is left-footed, you don't tell him, oh, you're going to play with your right foot.
No, I think it goes both ways. First off, I think the coach is in charge of the team, and then has the final say for the style of play to embrace when it comes to the team. But now my issue is, I think Onana is intentionally going against this, because it feels like the complaint is coming from Samuel Eto'o, who is supposed to be, you've played your part, you've done your own best. This is time for you to be a president of the federation. Do your part and let me play my part. So you knew before now that Andre Onana likes to play with his feet. You knew that before now. You don't expect him to just be a.
So why are you complaining now?
Just kick the ball and follow.
And the annoying part is you are already at the World Cup. Why are you asking this player?
That is the style of play, and then this is also a player that plays that kind of style week in, week out with the club side, and then now you're in the country. This is. If you do not have the kind of players to execute that style of play, you do not ask him to just change the style of play. And he has a say in the team. You understand? He's the one on the field of play. You can only play your part from the bench and all of that.
So I think we have the lineup for Cameroon. So their starting 11. We have
they've replaced
the goalkeeper. We have C5. We have J.O. Castelletto. We have N Nkulu, we have N Tolo, we have A Anguissa, we have G Ondua, we have M Hongla, we have B Mbemo, we have Isi Chupomotin, and we have K Ikambi. And Abubakar is not on the lineup. He's as a substitute.
Yeah, he did start the last game as well. He came in for Eric Maxim Chupomoting. So I think they are still starting with their very strong line. To Ekambi played so well in the Nations Cup. Also Chupomoting. And then Mbeumo is a left-footed attacker who created so many chances for them in the last game against Switzerland that they should have won. Sadly, they didn't get to convert all of their chances. Let's hope that they can do that now in this game.
Okay. So we also have the starting 11 for Serbia. We have V Milikovic Savic, N Milenkovic, M Veljkovic. We have S Pavlovic, A. Zivkovic, N. Maximovic, S. Lukic, F. Kostic, D. Tadic, S. Milinkovic, Savic, and we have A. Mitrovic. And it means there's a lot of which. We asked the last time what country comes to your mind when you hear ski, Bob ski, I don't think you guys were around. Bob ski, this ski, that ski, and I don't think anybody has actually answered to that. So we have the lineup, Michael.
I think definitely Alexander Mitrovic is leading the line again. The Fulham man.
Let me pause you. So before we come back to Michael, let me know in the comment section what you expect from this match. If Cameroon might eventually qualify or not. Are you patriotic enough? Are you African enough? Wherever you're watching from, do you think Cameroon is surviving out of the group stages? So like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video, follow us across all social media pages at Crypto TV Plus. Before we go on a quick break, score predictions: Cameroon versus Serbia. First of all, did Serbia win their first game?
No, they lost to Brazil.
So it's the side that both lost.
Yeah, I think it will end in a draw, and this time I'm not predicting the exact scoreline because the last two draws I predicted it came to pass, but then I didn't get the scoreline correctly. So I'll probably say a 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw.
I don't want and I don't expect Cameroon to lose this game.
Really tough, but I don't know. Let me come to you, Faith.
I thought about what he said before he said it, so I'm going for a draw.
You're going for a draw. So yeah. I think it's going to be a slim win for Cameroon. So I'll be giving this a 1-0 in favor of Cameroon. So let's go on a quick break. We'll talk more when we come back.
Supporting your country in the World Cup is super fun. So, how about you support them and earn money in the process? Join me every World Cup match day on Sports Fusion, where we talk about everything World Cup and give out cryptocurrency goodies.
Sport Fusion, where crypto meets sports.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is still Sports Fusion, where crypto meets sports. And if you're just joining us, do well to go to our Twitter and make your prediction for the Ghana and South Korea game that will be starting at 2. Let us know your predictions. Let me know your score lines, and we will have a winner of that prediction. So if you're joining us for the first time, make sure you follow us across all social media channels at Crypto TV Plus and subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure to turn on that notification button. You don't want to miss out on the shows. Like this video, drop a comment, let me know how you feel about the World Cup. Tell me the country you are rooting for, the players you expect to turn up, and lots more. So like I said earlier, we'll be doing a giveaway today sponsored by Roku. All you have to do is go to our Twitter page, predict the correct score of the game between South Korea against Ghana. It's a really tough side. Follow the instructions and you might be our lucky winner. Remember to join the Binance FIFA competition, Crypto.com's Board of Fortune, OKS Football Festival, KUCOIN Prediction Cup. You can participate in all of these by clicking on the link in the description box below. You can also claim your first NFT by clicking the link in the description box below. You stand a chance to win up to $777 if you take a picture of you watching the Ronaldo Binance ad on TV. Tag at Crypto TV Plus, at CZ_Binance, and at Binance NFT with hashtag Binance on TV and hashtag CR7 to qualify. So moving on to South Korea versus Ghana today. Ghana are facing the prospect of an early elimination from World Cup 2022 Group H when they travel to the Education City Stadium to face South Korea today. The Black Stars fell to an agonizing 3-2 defeat to Portugal on the opening day, while their Asian counterparts impressively held Uruguay to a goalless draw. A total of 4 goalless draws were played out on March Day 1 of the 2022 World Cup. And while South Korea put in a good shift in the scoreless stalemate with Uruguay, they did have come to their aid on a couple of occasions. Federico Valverde and Diego Godin both saw efforts crash off the frame of the goal as Paulo Bento's side held on for a point against their South American foes. Demonstrating their defensive solidity that was also present in their most recent games before Qatar, South Korea and Uruguay cannot be separated by points, goals or fair play points after match day 1, as the former seek to give their hopes of a top 2 finish a major boost with victory over Ghana and edge closer to a knockout berth for the first time since 2010. By avoiding defeat in their opening battle, the Tigers of Asia come into the clash with Ghana, having only lost 1 of their last 10 in all competitions. And the Kim Min-jae Marshall defense has kept 3 clean sheets in succession during a 4-game unbeaten run. Despite their prowess in the defensive third, South Korea failed to post a shot on target for the second time in 4 World Cup games during the Uruguay stalemate, and Ghana certainly knew a thing or two about keeping teams at bay during the build up to Qatar. So before we continue, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video, drop a comment, let us know your predictions, the countries you're rooting for, and make sure you click on the links in the description box to participate in our giveaways. So Michael, South Korea versus Ghana. This, for me, it's a K-drama versus my Ghanaian brothers. So what do you think about what will be the outcome of this game?
I think it will be a tough one.
And before, let me stop you. I think they've kept a lot of clean sheet, like I said. And at the back 5, we have Kim. I have like 5 Kims at the back. So does it mean that the Kim family in Korea, they are very defensive?
I think in as much as we point to so many shockers in the first round of games, I think another shocker that people are not really paying attention is the fact that South Korea kept Uruguay to a 0-0 draw. I think that's quite impressive for me. You know, I thought that they were going to be probably the whipping boys of the group, you know, because they really do not, though they have so much experience in the World Cup, they really do not always get to qualify and all of that. So it's really an impressive one for South Korea that they got that 0-0 one against Uruguay. So for me, according to going by what I saw on the match day 1, with what Ghana played against Portugal and what South Korea did against Uruguay, I'm going to be giving this to the Koreans, sadly, even though I feel like I want to support Ghana. But going by the gameplay, what we saw...
Michael, you've never supported Ghana. You've never supported Ghana. You've never supported Ghana.
For the first round of games, probably I didn't support them because of Portugal. Because Portugal is one of my...
they're dear to your heart.
Yeah, definitely. But also going by what Ghana did, let's take away the fact that they scored 2 goals in that game. What they played, their gameplay, it's nowhere what we saw from the South Koreans against Uruguay. So if we are going by their first game of this World Cup and how prepared they seem to be, I think South Korea are going to pick this one because they played really good.
Ghana lost their first game. South Korea drew their
apart from the results that we saw on the first day, I think the gameplay, Portugal versus Ghana. Ghana came to defend, you know. They were just waiting for
attacking.
they just came to
waiting for counters.
Waiting for the counter attackers, waiting for Andrea Ayew and all of the like. Fine, we saw at the likes of some players, you know, they have some quality players in that one. The likes of Kudus, there's Thomas Partey, Andrea Ayew, Jordan Ayew from the bench and all that. There's also Tariq Lamptey and all of that. But then for South Korea, you could see that they were not scared to go for the jugular from the very first instance. You could see it wasn't even up to just some of the Tottenham man by himself. He had some other players that were coming. No, they were coming for the win. They wanted to win that game against Uruguay. They should have won, if not for the brilliance of Federico Valverde led side. And also, you know, those ones also had like so many attackers, the likes of Suarez, Edison Cavani, and Darwin Núñez. So for this game, I think it's really tough for Ghana. They might struggle for a draw, but I see them losing this game.
Okay, Sabo. So before I come to Faith, let me know in the comment section, guys. What do you think about South Korea versus Ghana? This is, you know, your girlfriend loves South Korean boys. So
I don't know.
do you want the South Korean Opas to win this one against our Ghanaian brothers? So let me know in the comment section who you are rooting for, South Korea versus Ghana. So I have a comment. Nolly Breeze TV says Ghana 2, South Korea 1. I'm sure your girlfriend watches a lot of K-drama. Okay, so Faith, what is this for you? Do you watch K-drama?
Yes, of course. So I don't know. It just comes to the back of my head anytime you talk about South Korea beating Ghana. That this the lovable people we see on this. I don't think they have that strength to do as well.
You don't think because they always
I'm
look
so
so
sorry.
soft.
I'm so
They
sorry.
look so
They look
soft.
so soft, so clean, so fine, and so all about the romance. And I'm there. I'm here. I'm looking at them.
Lover boys.
Yes, I'm looking at them play football, and I'm
Can
like,
they run?
can you run? Are you sure you? Are you sure
I
you
think
can
they're
do
one of
this?
the fastest sides. They are really
They're
very
actually
fast.
very fast.
They are actually
Wow,
very
I'm
fast.
really excited to see
They're
another
really
part
fast.
of
Yeah.
apart from the Upa.
And also,
the
I
rest
think
of
their leader, Song Min, won the highest goal scorer in the English Premier League last season. So
Yes, he did.
they-
I mean, he was
yeah,
signing with
Kane, Harry Kane.
No. It was Salah. It was between him and Salah.
Okay, for highest goals.
Yes, for highest goals in the
But then
Premier League.
week in, week out, is always performing with Harry Kane.
Even on the last match day, he was like, "Has he scored? Has he scored?"
Wow.
Yeah, I think they were
It was
monitoring
that
the
tough.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice to
was
see
that
them
tough.
owning their game outside.
So
and
I
on
really
them.
hope the Opas gets this one. I mean, no hate.
No. I'm for Ghana.
Well,
I'm for Ghana.
I'm for my Upas.
I'm for
So
Ghana.
moving on to Brazil by Switzerland. So before then, let's talk about Brazil's fan token. The token also dumped by a minus 27% in 24 hours. So Faith, do you think these countries' fan tokens are very strong, seeing almost the same thing with Spain?
Yes, I think Brazil fan token, looking at how much you talked about Spain. Brazil is a country that is really passionate about ball.
Yeah.
Take out the fan token, take out whoever is in Brazil.
Mhm.
Brazil is a country that is really passionate about ball. So even if their fan token is going to drop, it's not going to drop as drastically as Spain's. And I'm looking forward to Brazil actually owning up to the game. So let's see how much the fan token to be before the end of this week. So let's see. So we'll get back to.
I mean, we expect Brazil to win more games. They came to the tournament with.
Well, I'm not really expecting anything because right now, just like the way you said, we have thrown all predict
in the hands of
predictably
God
out of the window. Now all we're looking at is whatever you bring.
There are certain teams that that if
seems like Brazil.
I'm going to disagree with you and say
Argentina.
that some teams are going to shock you and they will go home. Because you're not going to do as much. Because this World Cup is all about, just
so
bring
many
your A game.
upsets, so many turns, so many things we did not expect.
And it will be really fun to see Brazil go home very early.
No, please. They are fans' favorite. You're putting your head on the table.
Do you know why? Because I can't wait for what is going to happen in the next World Cup. Argentina is going to be coming in the next World Cup with. I'm sorry. Exactly.
But I think for football fans, we really want to see tougher teams in the next round.
Yes.
We don't want to see.
So in the next World Cup, we are having about 40-something teams.
Yeah.
So they're trying to give more African nations
and also from other places.
And
but then for this World Cup, I think it will be quite sad if Brazil. We have lots of exciting players that we want to see in the next round. We want to see Brazil. Want to see Argentina. Want to see Brazil versus Argentina. France versus Uruguay in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals. Yeah. We don't want to see
the best win.
The
best win.
Big respect.
Okay, so we have an injury update on Neymar. Neymar's treatment has evolved, and there is hope of him returning against Cameroon on Friday. That's good news for the Brazilian fans. The first 48 hours after the injury brought good news, and the swelling in the player's ankle has decreased. So there's a news online that says that Neymar has been the most fouled player of the. I mean, he was fouled 10 times. What did he do so wrong?
That's what happens every World Cup. We saw the one in 2014 in their home ground in Brazil. He was even knocked out in the quarterfinals by Colombia. He got injured for months, because of the kind of player he is. Neymar is the kind of person to always attract attackers. He has always been like that, even from when he was 17, 18, playing for Santos back then in Brazil, till when he came to Barcelona and then eventually to Paris Saint-Germain. He's that type of player that wants to invite people, He's the kind of player that wants to take on 1-2 players. He's not the kind of player that just gets the ball and then eventually so he's always tackled. That's who Neymar is. And then
what did he do so wrong?
I think Jennifer, I want to even make a comment as the fact that this is proper access to medical care. The fact that an injury that was supposed to take him that long
out of the
is getting.
yes.
I think I sustained such injury in earlier this year, and then I'm still battling with it. I also have players, so many football players that eventually.
It's good health care, I mean. It's good
There are so many players that will suffer this sprain in their ankle, and then in 6 months they are still not fit to play.
I really didn't know about Neymar until, you know, every time I see my brother playing the PS, and you know the commentators always saying Neymar. Do you get? So every time if you ask me who is the footballer, you know, apart from Messi, the next I say is Neymar. So I feel really bad that he's, you know.
Yeah, there are such players like Neymar, the likes of Neymar and Eden Hazard. This is their style of play. They are always attracting players to themselves, you know, because they always want to keep the ball.
But it's sad though.
They rely
10 fouls in your opening game. 10 fouls against Neymar.
I think as a coach, if you are coaching an opposing side,
we have a comment, Michael. Volo Stanley, I hope I pronounced that correctly, says Ghana 1, South Korea 0.
Yes, let's go.
You have someone who
my Ghanaian brothers. My Ghanaian brothers.
I hope so. I hope it comes to pass like that.
Okay, so the game between Brazil versus Switzerland, pre-tournament favorites, Brazil faced Switzerland in a World Cup Group G clash later on today at Stadium 974. With a resounding win in their opening fixture, Brazil lived up to those expectations, placed them on them before the finals. Brazil's first opponent, Serbia, were highly fancied to be one of the dark horses at this tournament, but a dominant performance from the Seleção made them look very ordinary. Complete domination from first whistle to last rewarded the Tite side with a 2-0 success over the Balkan nation, thanks to a Richarlison double in the second half. So after some discussion in both the Brazilian and British press about whether Richarlison justified a start, given his mixed start at the Tottenham Hotspur, the forward answered his critics and put on the kind of display which led Spurs to spend £60 million to prize him from Everton. His fabulous second goal lit up the Lusail Stadium, the same venue he and Brazil will hope to return to for in the final in 3 weeks' time. And based on their display on Thursday, they have a very good chance of doing so. The win sealed an 8th successive victory for the 5-time World Cup winners, and they remain unbeaten since their defeat in the 2021 Copa America final. Those 8 wins we've seen them score 28 goals, and even though they only managed 2 against Serbia, it could have been a lot more. Serbia were unfortunate. Brazil wasted many chances, and that Vanja Milinkovic-Savic in goal was on form as they racked up 24 shots and comfortably kept the Europeans quiet. Switzerland were much more efficient in the opening day win over Cameroon, getting the job done despite not setting the competition alight. So before we go on, let me know your score predictions between Brazil and Switzerland. Who are you rooting for? Are you rooting for the fans' favorite? Everybody's rooting for Brazil. So if you're not rooting for Brazil,
not everybody apart from Switzerland.
Apart from who?
Apart from the people of Switzerland, of course.
Apart from people of Switzerland, of course. But everyone, apart from people of Switzerland, are rooting for Brazil. So let me know in the comment section, who are you rooting for? Who are you giving your win to? Is it Brazil or is it Switzerland? And make sure to like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share this video, drop a comment, let us know your predictions, the countries you are rooting for, and make sure you click on the links in the description box to participate in our giveaway. So while you're commenting, while you're letting me know what your favorite to win, Brazil versus Switzerland, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk more about football. Welcome back, and thank you for staying with us. But unfortunately, we have to run because we need to go see the first game of the day. So before we run, Switzerland versus
Brazil.
Brazil
2 favor to Brazil 1-2.
Okay, Michael.
I think I'll go for 3-1. Brazil 3, Switzerland won.
So I go for Brazil 3 and Switzerland 0. So remember to join us back in the evening after the day's game. And make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Crypto TV Plus. Follow us on YouTube at Crypto TV Plus. And make sure to turn on that notification bell. So we'll see you guys next time. And thanks for staying with us.
Supporting your country in the World Cup is super fun. So, how about you support them and earn money in the process? Join me every World Cup match day on Sports Fusion, where we talk about everything World Cup and give out cryptocurrency goodies.
Sport Fusion, where crypto meets sports.